Hey y'all, it's Anime K-Man. Today I'm going to be reading the first episode of Shoumetsu Toshi, and I gotta say, while this episode was entertaining, it did have some flaws for a first episode. Because for one, while I did establish that there was like this huge ass explosion that occurred in their city 3 years ago and all that, and that this agency is pursuing this girl called Yuki because she gets out of their clutches after she's rescued by this man called Takio. While all that was relatively interesting, there were a few things that kind of threw me off about this episode. And for one, it's the writing, because throughout this episode, when Takio's on the run and she's got this girl, there are multiple instances where they're aiming for Takio while he's riding the motorbike, and the episode even tells you straight up, they're trying to get this Yuki girl alive. But I'm thinking part of the ways, couldn't her head collide on the road if Takio were to fall off the bike, considering he's going 80 or 90 miles an hour? Wouldn't that just kill the girl that they're trying to capture alive? So there are multiple instances of that where it's like my suspension of disbelief was like, yeah, this isn't really seeming so good from a writing standpoint. Now, don't get me wrong, this episode did entertain me. I thought it had entertaining action sequences and all that, but it's like, the writing matters too. And then aside from that, this episode had these betrayals here and there, with Takia not being able to trust anyone because he asked for a favor from this girl, but then this girl pretty much betrays him, and then it didn't show, but it assumes that he got shot in the head. So it's like, okay, that sucks, because this character, Takia, I was starting to get to know this character, and they just kill him off after one episode without showing much of him. It's like, okay, I mean, I thought this character was cool. At the very least, if you're going to kill off a character that seemed like an MC, give him an episode or 2 or 3 to get to know this person. So, just felt like this episode went really, really fast without any breathers. It's like, set piece here, set piece here, set piece here. And then sometimes the set pieces weren't even of the best quality at times, so that was some of the downsides about this episode. But don't get me wrong, I did have some entertainment with these motorbike sequences and all that. But honestly, that's about the only thing I enjoyed about this episode. And I guess to its credit, while it didn't give us much characterization for anyone, it did do at the very least decent job of giving Yuki a goal, because she wants to see if there's a possibility that her father could be alive and there where this explosion occurred, where this lost event happened. So guess it did do the bare minimum when it comes to introducing character goals, but that's about it. Now, as for the art animation, I wouldn't say the art's the strongest, because sometimes there's some CG that's really noticeable, and it's kind of takes you out of the immersion, while at times you have hand-drawn human characters. So that might be a deal breaker for anyone that might want to check out this anime. Animation, I'd say, for the action set pieces was good, though. For the most part, whenever it's a super quick scene that involved the motorbikes, but then at the same time, while it was good, it isn't great, because at times there's vehicles in the background that aren't well rendered, because while the bike of the main character is rendered, other things in the background aren't rendered well. So that's why the animation ranged from average to good to below average at times. It was a mixed bag. And taking all these factors into consideration, I'm going to rate this episode a 6 out of 10, because I did find some entertaining, and I thought it was a slight bit above average. But here's the thing, though. If anyone want to see an anime with a narrative that's completely coherent, I wouldn't quite check out this series, because it's like the agency is pursuing this girl that's important to them, yet they're putting the life of this girl that they're pursuing in danger, because for someone that's so important, you wouldn't want to knock out that person off of a fucking bike that's going 80, 90 miles an hour. They could literally collide on their arm or leg, they could bleed out, or their head, and that person will just die. What they should have done is they should have waited for Takia to get out of his bike with the girl, because I'm assuming when it comes to the lost terrain, eventually there's going to be an opening, and then attack Takia and get the girl alive. That's what I think they should have done, but they didn't do that, so that's why I thought the script was pretty weak. And that's why I thought it was a 6 out of 10. I did enjoy it, but the thing is, when you really think about it more, it's there's this flaw, and that's why I'm taking pause as to why, if I'm going to check out the next episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to think about it for a few days, and I'm going to make an update video listing which animes I'm going to live react and review to. So for this one, I'm on the fence of if I'm going to react and review to the next episodes for these very reasons. And these are pretty much my thoughts on the episode. Thought it was entertaining, but flawed. So, for anyone that just wants to see some real cool stuff, well, check it out, I guess. But for anyone that wants more than that, then for now, I'd say I wouldn't check it out. But these are just my thoughts. Comment on your thoughts on the episode in the comment section below. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.